Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to check fresh release from Eduard. Now this is actually not a new plastic, but it's a really release, let's say, of the well-known kit. It's a Profipack edition of the F6F-3 in 1/48 scale, and here you can see the aircraft on this nice box art. So this means that this kit is already available for purchase. You can get it on official Eduard website, and today we are going to check commercial samples, so it means also that you will get exactly the same kit as what you will see in this video. So first of all, this is a Profipack box, so I think the sizes will be, let's say, well known to you. If not, here is comparison with my hand. It's not that big box. We have also nice box art here. Then on the side we have 5 marking options which are included into this kit. Here you can see them in detail. And this one with shark mouth should be quite familiar to some of you. And from the other side we have some information about this kit. So where it was made, what is inside, kit QR, code info page, and also address of the manufacturer in case you would like to visit Eduard yourself. So let's open it. It's a top opening box, and here is what we have inside. So plastic sprues are packed into the separate or several plastic bags, because here we have gray plastic sprues in one plastic bag and also clear packed separately. So let's move it to the side, and we are going to start with transparent plastic sprue. As I said before, it is packed separately in order to avoid possible scratches and damage to such tender parts, I would say. So let's zoom in, and now you should be able to see it. So here we have mainly Canopy parts, and because this is a Profipack, so it means you will get masks for detailing, and it will be a lot faster process once you apply all those masks. Now we are going to use our zoom mode in order to see those parts closer. So zoom. Okay, so as you can see, this is quite an interesting parts division, which will help you build aircraft with open canopy, or maybe with closed. It will be up to you which one you choose. But now we move to gray plastic parts. Let's zoom out so that you understand what I'm talking about. All frames come in the same plastic bag, so let's remove it. Okay. First of all, I would like to show you the one which was on the top. So here we have the sprue. I don't see. It's a sprue letter A. Here we have the wing parts. As you can see, each wing should be glued out of 2 halves. We also have separately molded ailerons, and also flaps are built in, as far as I remember, or they are not. We'll check it in assembly manual, but wheel wells are obviously built in, and external detailing looks fine. We have recessed panel lines, and it should be easy to assemble those because you insert them into the special slots in the fuselage hubs. You will see it in the next sprue. But now we are going to zoom in and check those parts closer. So zoom. Okay, so that was the sprue A. Now we put it aside and we move on with another sprue. This one it's a sprue C. Here we get the fuselage halves. As you can see, they're quite big ones, and we get them with tail segment pre-molded, but rudder is separate, and also cowling should be glued out of several parts, as you can see here. But external detailing seems to be the same as what we saw on the wings. And here you can see what we have inside. But now we are going to take a closer look. So again, we zoom in as closer as it is possible, and now we are going into our zoom mode. Okay, so that was the first fuselage sprue. Why I'm saying the first? Because we have another one. Here it is. And this one is marked as a letter D. Again, we get the fuselage halves, which are designed approximately in the same way, but those obviously will be used for the different version, and we have to consult the assembly manual in order to understand which ones will be used. But again, we are going to do the zoom and go into the zoom mode. Okay, so that was the sprue D, and now we move on with sprue which has letter E. This one is dedicated to various parts for external and internal detailing. As you can see here, we have fuel tanks, also rear armor panel for the cockpit, pilot seat, the front section of the cowling port, elevators, propeller, and note that propeller has attachment points right on the plates, so you have to be careful. Here we have also cockpit floor, tail wing parts, and those, as far as I can guess, are flaps, so I think it will be possible to retract them on this aircraft. But now we are going to zoom in and again do the zoom mode. Okay. We move to the last gray plastic sprue. This one is marked with letter G. And here we will find more parts for interior and external detailing. For example, here you can see the dashboard. And of course, dashboard is supplied in two options. Here we have the plain one for P and decals, and here we have the one with pre-molded dials. Cockpit walls here. We also have the engine parts. And I have to say that engine will be quite detailed for out-of-the-box variant. So if you are not a fan of some additional resin accessories, this should be fine. Then here we have landing gear wheels, which have quite a useful parts division, which will help you to paint them faster and get a more precise finish. But now we are going to zoom in again and check those parts in detail. So zoom mode. Okay, and meanwhile, let me remind you that you can support us financially. You just have to press the donate button on our website, and it is done via PayPal. So it will be up to you how much we will get, but be sure that it will be used in order to improve our photo and video quality. Here you can see resin parts. Surprisingly, this Profipack comes with resin wheels. And again, we are going to go into the zoom mode in order to show you these parts closer. So those were resin wheels. Next we have also typical Profipack bonuses such as mask sheet and also PE thread. first of all I will show you the mask sheet. Here it is. These are pre-cut yellow stickers, so nothing special I would say, but it's a good and useful bonus for those who would like to speed up the assembly process and to focus on the painting the model or maybe some weathering procedures. Next we have PE threads. As you can see, there are two of them. One is pre-painted and one is not. So just give me a second. Here you can see them. Let's flip them over. And as far as you can see, just let me check the... Yeah, here we have the dials finish on this instrument panel. So here you can see it. It looks really good. It's 1/48 scale, so that's why we get the PE thread with this relatively modern finish from Eduard. And I think it will be noticeable once you install those parts into the cockpit. Next we have another, let's say, bonus. This is a separate plastic bag with decal sheets. I'm opening it right now, so just give me a second. And we'll take a closer look at those things as well. Okay. So first of all, we get the big decals sheet. This one is printed in cartograph, and we are going to zoom out, and now you should be able to see it. So I will just drop the mark here. And as you can see, we get all necessary symbols for 5 marking options, as you remember. We also get decals for the cockpit in case you don't want to use the P parts. And some of you might be surprised where is the stencils. Well, they're printed on the separate decals sheet. So just give me a second. This one comes from 2012. Here you can see on this mark. And it is printed in Eduard, but all the stencils should be easy to apply. And as you can see, printing quality is really good. So I think you won't have any complaints about them. So let's zoom out again. And now we are going to check assembly manual. So assembly manual comes in form of this nice big brochure with short history note in English on the first page. Next we have parts map here. All those blue zones are the parts which won't be used in this kit. So as you can see, there are not that many of them. And note that fuselage will be used from the Sprue C. Assembly process starts with the dashboard, then we continue with cockpit floor and cockpit walls. Pilot seat is assembled as well. We install all this stuff into the fuselage halves. Note that you have to cut some areas if you plan to use the fuel tank. Here we install the tail surfaces. Here we work with engine. And as I said before, this engine in Profipack should be quite detailed out of the box. So if you are fine with it, don't bother with getting some resin upgrade. Here we assembled the separate cowling, and note that there are separate or different parts for each marking, so be sure to use the right one. Here we install all those parts into the place. Winx assembly, as I said, should be relatively easy as well, so we have separate flaps, but you won't be able to drop them. Then we continue with installation of the landing gear doors, various clear parts here, fuel tank, landing gear wheels, and together with landing gear legs. Then we have here right installation into the wheel wells, because as you remember, Hellcat had quite interesting angle of those legs. Here is a masks application guide, so we get it not only for the canopy. I know that there are different masks for the open and closed canopy, but also for the wheels. So you will be able to mask resin wheels and also the plastic wheel, which is molded together with tail leg. Here we have the final steps, so installation of the canopy, propeller, and also external fuel tank. Here is the first marking option. It comes from New Georgia Island, September 1943. And actually it was on the box art. Here we have another one from USS Princeton, October 1944. This one comes from USS Intrepid, summer 1943. This one is from Nissan Island, 1944. Australia, October 1944, with this nice yellow pattern on the cowling. And here you can see the stenciling guide for this aircraft. So it should be more than enough for in 1/48 scale, and it will be noticeable in this size. So don't be lazy, apply all the stencils on your model, and you will be surprised with final result. So as I said before, this kit is already available for purchase. It is a well-known plastic, so there is no surprise. Should be quite easy to assemble, and it can be even recommended to beginners. So the only thing required from you is a nice paint and finish, and you have a really good copy of the famous US aircraft. Of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this kit here in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel in order not to miss the new videos. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye.